Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi guys, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're joining this channel for the very first time, I post fragrance related content here and I post on the regular. So if that sounds like your, style of content, please do consider joining us by subscribing. And to those who are returning, thank you so much guys for the continued support. I appreciate you as always. Kindly check out my second channel called CeeChronicles-Lifestyle, where I do everything else but fragrance reviews. So that channel chronicles my daily lifestyle unscripted. So if you want to see the other side of me outside fragrance reviews, guys, kindly head over to CeeChronicles-Lifestyle. After this video, of course, I'm going to drop the link in the description for ease of reference, and kindly subscribe and support that channel as well. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is a continuation of a video I did last month called Save or Splurge. We did say that we are going to feature, a video like that on a monthly where we compare originals to inspirations, and then we sniff them and see whether the inspirations are actually worth it or the originals are the best way to go. I have a guest with me today. Please, Maima, come through.
Hi guys.
Now this is my daughter Jemima. If you are a regular on this channel, you probably know her. If not, guys, then yeah, this is my 16-year-old daughter. She is going to be doing the sniffing today, mainly because I've been recovering from a flu, guys, and if you noticed, I've tried to stay off actual reviews, rather sticking to compilations and stuff like that, just to make sure that I get my my nasal palate back to normal before I can actually dive in. So Maima's going to be our blank slate. Could you kindly blindfold yourself? Because I don't want to influence her decision. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be spraying, an original fragrance and its inspiration on one of the tester papers. And she won't know which one I've sprayed where. I will mention the names, but she won't know which one I sprayed on which side. So I'm going to be, switching sides and stuff like that. And then she gets to tell us whether she thinks they're identical, whether she thinks one smells better than the other, or whatever. And then we have our verdict there. So on number one is going to be Icy Roses from the house Fragrance World. A fragrance, guys, inspired by Kilian's Roses on Ice. So I'm going to spray it, right? And then while it dries, we're going to go to the original. So you will know which hand is holding what, right? But she doesn't know which hand is holding what, right? So anyway, this is the original for Roses on Ice by Kilian. It is in a mini size. Let me just give you a close up there. Okay, so that is the original. So we're going to spray it on another tester paper, right, which is this one, and then Maima is going to smell both. We do have our coffee beans, right? I sprayed the first one here and then the second one here. So what I'm going to do is this, right? So we know that the first one is now on the other side and okay. So Maima, can you take off your blindfold and then smell, the two fragrances and tell us what you think of each?
Okay. Let's see. Do I get to know the names? Okay.
It's Kilian's Roses on Ice versus Fragrance World's Icy Roses, right? They know which one you're holding and which one is where. So you just tell us your thoughts, which one you think smells better, and so on and so forth.
Okay, if I'm being honest, this kind of smells a bit floral than this one. This one smells a bit sweeter. I think this one's more mature than this one, because this one has sort of like a weedy smell, like roots.
Which one? Just say the left.
The left one. The left one has like a flower. Like if you rub a flower, the smell that remains on your hand is what I'm getting from the left one.
Okay, so this is the left one,
and this one's not quite strong. Like it's not quite piercing as this one.
Would you say they smell the same?
No, not that much.
They do not.
They have sort of like a certain similarity of some sort, but they're not exactly the same.
They're not exactly the same.
They're not exactly the same.
Which one would you pay more for?
I'd pay more for the left one. The left one has sort of like a richness to it.
I'm just going to ask you this question like an ECD grader, with all due respect. This one is about $20, right? And this one in its full size would be let me say plus or minus 200. What are your thoughts based on that? Based on the fact that you said you do like the original, which is this one.
Yes.
And you did say, you know, you feel as though this one is blah, blah, blah. Would you spend 200 on it, or 150 or whatever?
I would spend 200.
So you would go for the original?
I would go for the original. This one has more richness. It's calm. This one is trying too hard, but it's not getting there.
Okay, so in this case, she says splurge, right? So for number one, Maima's verdict is splurge, right? She says she loves the original. Let's move on to the second one. You can put the papers on the side. Please blindfold yourself. These are the next two that I want her to try, right? So this is from Amaf, Club de Nuit Women, and of course a tester of Coco, Mademoiselle. So if you know Club de Nuit Women by Amaf, you will know that it is so popular because it is a fragrance inspired by this one, right? So I'm going to spray the Club de Nuit here, right? And then we're going to spray the tester on the other paper, and then she gets to tell us her thoughts, right? So let me just take this off. I hate testers, guys. They're so minute. Just gonna try and put them apart there. Okay, so there we go. That's it, right? Now, Maima, could you open your eyes and then tell us your thoughts?
The left one smells nicer than the right one. To sum it up, it smells more expensive than the right one.
The left one,
yeah,
is...
the left one is more shampooy, it's more sweeter. This one is like just dim, it's quiet.
But would you say the fragrances smell the same? Say for instance, if somebody sprayed either and they walked, would you be able to tell them apart?
I would be able to tell them apart. Like this one's more like Bad and Bougie. Like you can just smell that this is a really loud fragrance, but not a choking one. This one is just, you're like, you kind of smelling like me, but you're not exactly smelling like me. Something like that.
Oh, okay, all right. So on a ratio or on a scale of 1 to 10, how similar are they to your nose?
% similar, not 100, but there is something that's there. Like there's a similarity. There's something that's there that smells the same, but it's not exact.
Okay then. So to wrap it up, which one would you pay more for? Just tell them whether the left one or the right one. Okay.
I pay more for the left one.
Okay, fine. So that's it for these two, guys. We move on to the next one. Let us say these two. Okay, YSL Lib and Tower Gold from the house of Laapa. This is obviously in a sample bottle, but the real bottle looks like this. Okay, so I'm going to spray this one here. This is the Gold, right? And then we're going to spray the lib on this, right? Okay, so we have our Thawar Gold here, and then we have the lib here, right? So Maima, you can unblindfold yourself and then tell us your thoughts. If you need coffee beans,
yes, can I please have some coffee beans? Okay.
I hope you didn't switch the papers.
No, I didn't. I'm still holding the one you gave me to the left and to the right.
Okay. So these are the two fragrances that she's going to be telling us about. So let's go ahead. If you feel they do not smell the same at all, that's fine too. What are your thoughts?
They kind of smell the same, but a little bit different.
Okay.
Like I can say that this one is a bit better than this one.
Okay.
But the scent trail is like leading in the same direction.
The DNA.
Yeah, the DNA. I'm not a reviewer. Yeah, they were mixed with the same thought in mind, but this one is a bit better. I don't know which one is replicating which one, but they kind of try to nail this DNA.
Okay. So which one would you pay more for? Because obviously the inspiration is an affordable version, while the original is usually a little bit more in terms of price. So what's your thoughts in general?
I think I'd pay more for the right one.
Okay.
I'd pay more for the right one, but it's that type of fragrance where if I come across one or the other, I'll just buy it because it just smells.
They're not too
far
distance
apart,
from
yeah.
each. Oh, okay, fine. So anyway, guys, we are being a little bit chatty here, so I have lost track of which is which. So we're gonna put the verdict on the screen there of which one she voted to save or to splurge. Okay, so we move on to the fourth pair. Maima, do the needful, blindfold yourself while I show them the next lot. Let us get Maima to test this one, which is the toughest tour versus Bitter Peach. Right, I'm gonna start obviously with Sator. Let me spray Sator. Okay, right there you have it, and then versus the Bitter Peach. Right. Okay, Maima, you can blindfold yourself. You can unblindfold yourself, sorry. And then we get to hear your thoughts on these two.
Okay. They are similar, but this one's a bit stronger. This one's quite there, but it's toned down, which is 90%, or maybe 95%. Yes, 95% similar.
Okay.
Like they smell 95% similar to each other, but like I said, this one is like a wow, like this one's raging. This one's subtle, but it smells the same, but this one's just a bit toned down. Okay. Like it could work for a person who likes the scent but not strong fragrances. This could work for the person who likes the scent but likes really strong fragrances. This one's higher, this one's lower, but 95% to sum it up.
Okay, which one would you pay more for?
I'll pay more for this one. I'll pay more for the right one. This one's just gonna dry down and just vanish.
How do you know that?
Because I can smell it now and it's kind of going. This one's still there, the same, it's still like showing the same characteristics when you sprayed it there. This one's kind of...
Really? Okay, all right. So your verdict is to pay more on the one on the right. Okay, fine. So that's it, guys, for these two. Lattafa Sator versus Bitter Peach. The next two that I actually intend to show Maima, I hope she's going to be able to clarify this one, because I've been saying it to you guys that to my nose, this one has nothing to do with Spiritu's Double Vanille that Fragrance World, advertises it as inspired by. It's called Vanilla So Sweet. What I get from Vanilla So Sweet, guys, is an outright inspiration of Angel Shea. So anyway, let's hear Maima's thoughts on the two. If she thinks they are the same and I am wrong, then I will agree that my nose is kind of off there. So we're gonna spray the Fragrance World one here. Okay, so let us do that, right? And then we're gonna spray Angel's Share on this one. Okay, let's just do this. So this is the Angel's Share. This one is this one, and then we're gonna spray Angel's Share there, and Maima is hopefully gonna tell us her thoughts. Right, okay, so Maima, you can open your eyes. Okay, you can open your eyes. Okay, right, if you're following, I did do a little switch there so that it doesn't become too obvious, but let's hear what she thinks of the two. So this is about Vanilla So Sweet from Fragrance World, as well as Angel's Share by Killian. What are your thoughts on those two?
This doesn't quite smell like it's the identical fragrance. Did you spray enough of this? Or can I just have the coffee beans? Because I think
you can't smell. Yeah. You can't smell the other one.
Okay. 100% I just like this one. I cannot explain more about why I'm choosing this one, but 100% I just like this one.
So you would pay more for that?
I would pay more for this. I wouldn't quite say this is that identical, but they are leaning towards each other in a way. They're not quite close.
They're not quite close.
They're not quite close. They try.
Do the two smell like totally different fragrances, if I may ask? Just asking.
They're not smelling the same to me, to be honest. They're not smelling like this. It's the same fragrance.
Okay.
Because it's this one smells like what it's doing its own thing. This one's doing its own thing, but they have like something similar, but it's not exact.
Okay, so they share a little bit of a similarity in DNA there, but not exactly identical. If somebody wore one in place of the other, you would be able to tell the difference.
Yes, definitely.
That it's not the
I'll
same.
be able to tell the difference, that this is not this fragrance, this is not the other fragrance.
Okay, so your favorite is which one?
Left one.
So you would pay more for that one?
Yes.
Okay, guys, so that is the verdict on this two. Maima says to her nose, they do not smell the same. But I'm still gonna say this does not give me Spiritueuse Double Vanille as well, so I just don't know. She's gonna blindfold herself again, and then we are going to go on to the next lot. Okay, so we're gonna try Twilly, okay, versus Maison Alhambra's Twit. Okay, and Mimi has an experience with this fragrance because it's actually in her collection, but I want her to be honest enough, you know, in this video to tell us what her thoughts are. What I can say for sure is not in her collection is this one, okay, because it is a mini and I rarely use my minis. Okay, so we're gonna spray the first one here. All right, okay, and then the second one, unfortunately, as you know, is a little nebras, so just gonna make sure that I put this one on the side and we just dab it through. Okay, gonna try and show you there. Hopefully you guys can see. Okay, right, I'm not sure if you could see that, or perhaps let me do it this way. Okay, like that, and then we're gonna do that. Okay, so we've got some there, right there. Making sure, right? Anyway, so these are the two that I want Maima to compare, right? This is the one we dealt with first, and then the other one. So Maima, can you unblindfold yourself and tell us your thoughts on the two? So it is Tweet from Maison Alhambra versus Twilly.
They are a bit similar, but this one is stronger than this one.
Okay.
And I'd say that this is more refined. Do you remember what frosted cream does? Like it dies down, then it just goes like, it's the fragrance where if you walk in, like, it just leaves a trail. The right one, it just goes like, people can like, what's smelling so good? That type of fragrance. This one is it smells similar, but I choose the right one because this one has so like, it has a mature scent to it. It's more mixed, it's more refined, it's more, it just has that, like, oh my god, I'm smelling good, but I'm not out there fragrance.
Oh, okay. So the other one is like a bit too loud and stuff, and this, you think the other one is refined and all. You would pay more obviously for the refined one. Okay, guys. But you said they are similar, right? Yes. So say for instance you liked this one and you were gifted this one, you'd be okay with either.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys, for these two, right? So let's move on to the next. Let's move on to the next two, guys. We're almost done with this video, and I'm so happy she's doing this for me, guys, because I really wanted to get this video out, and I just didn't know how to do it. And I thought, oh well, Maima could help me with this one. Okay, so the next two are gonna be these ones, guys. Okay, there's Rouge Malachite by Amani Privé versus Afar by Laapa, right? So we're gonna start with Afar by Laapa. Okay, this fragrance, to an extent, smells similar to Rouge malachite. I'm one of those people who think so as well. But anyway, let us get Maima to give us her thoughts on that. All right, so Maima, you can unblindfold yourself.
I feel like I know this fragrance. You use it a lot. They do smell the same, to be honest. I am confused which is which. I think, is it okay to choose both? Like, can I just...
No, of course. I mean, of course, if you feel there's no difference and, you know, you totally just buy then that's fine.
I just think that they took the other juice, put it in one bottle, and took the same juice and put it in a different bottle.
So you just feel like it's the same juice rebottled. Yeah. There's no difference. Nothing.
I don't smell any difference at all.
Okay, but do they smell expensive? Are they just average performing fragrances to your nose? You know,
they do smell expensive. It's not your typical everyday kind of fragrance. It's not like a fragrance that you're guaranteed if you go to a public area you're gonna smell this exact same fragrance. But to be honest, they just smell the same to me. If I am to compare the two, I'll give them a 10 out of 10. They just nail the juice.
Okay, so when it comes to this one, Maima is saying it's entirely up to you, right? That is the verdict. It's not a save, it's not a splurge. It's entirely up to you. You can either buy, you know, the inspiration, or you can go for the original. She just says it's fine. All right, so blindfold yourself again, and then we move on to the next ones. The next two are going to be these ones, guys. Okay, Laapa Aura versus Bakarat Rouge 540, the extrait. So here we go. That is Aura. Okay, just put it on the side. I'm just putting the paper there on the side. I'm going to take it in a bit so that we don't mix things up. Right, so we sprayed Aura and then the extrait on the side. So Maima, can you unblindfold yourself and then tell us your thoughts?
Okay, I'm gonna need some coffee beans for this one.
Okay.
This one is like, it's like a blast of aroma. This one is there. It smells quite a bit similar. 65%.
Similar,
yeah.
Which one would you pay more for? Which one would do you think the
The DNA is quite there, but this one, they took their time in making it. This one's toned down. This one's like a blast of aroma. Like I said, it's quite the same fragrance. That's why I said it's more like 65% similar, but not quite. It's leaning towards there, but they tried. It's not quite the same, but it does have that same DNA to it. But I definitely spend more on this one, or I definitely buy this one.
Okay,
yes.
Right, so we're going to put it on the screen there, which one she chose to either save or splurge. You do love those, do you?
Yeah, I do love this one.
Oh, okay, fine. So we left with two, guys, and then it's going to be a wrap for this video. Maima, can you blindfold yourself, and then we spray the next two? Okay, I've got different types of tester papers, guys. This one's actually from Swiss Arabian, but it's just got nothing to do with Swiss Arabian. I just, you know, every time I purchase, you know, fragrances, sometimes they just dump some tester papers there for me, and I find it very, very useful, because the way you run through tester papers, guys, if you're into fragrance reviewing, it's just not a joke. So we are going to spray Alish, right, versus Nebras by Laapa, right? So let me start with one on this one. Okay, I hope you're following through, guys, because I'm actually getting lost here as to which is which in terms of where I have sprayed what. Right, so here's my okay, so we have sprayed the first one on this side, so I'm going to spray the Nebras there. Okay, so guys, we have the two. Maima, can you unblindfold yourself? Sprayed the first one, and then, okay, so hope you followed through. What do you think of the two fragrances? Do you think they smell the same? Do you think one is better than the other? Do you think one's worth more than the other? Do you think they do not smell alike at all? Just be honest with us.
It's just the same fragrance.
What do you mean it's just the same fragrance?
They smell just the same. It's just 100% the same. Yeah, 100% the same. Chocolate. It's milky. I don't know, you say lactonic, right? It's lactonic.
Okay, so that's an easy one, no problem. And basically you're saying two nose they smell the same. So
yes. If you buy the first one, if you buy the second one, you're not missing out on anything. It's just the same.
So it's entirely up to you. This is not a save or splurge thing. It's just entirely up to choice.
Yes, it's entirely up to choice and bottle. Maybe you'd like to go for this bottle more. Looks good on the dressing table, but it's just the same fragrance.
Okay, fine. All right then.
And I love Billie Alish.
Okay. Anyway, I hope that didn't influence anything. The fact that you love Billie Eilish. Right, guys, the last two are going to be these. Soft by Al Rehab versus Pink Sugar by Aquilina. Okay, so I'm going to spray. We separate the Swiss Arabian pepper is a bit, a bit white. So I kind of feel like I must separate them when I am spraying because they can, capture a lot of mist, if you will. So I'm spraying Aquilina on this one, right? Then we have our soft. This is soft, sorry, on this side. So we're going to spray soft there, right? There's plenty there. Okay. So this is it. But just to give it a twist, I am going to do that. Okay. So, Mima, open your eyes. Or unblindfold yourself and then tell us which is which and whether you'd pay more, whether they smell the same, whether they do not smell the same at all. What are your thoughts?
Oh my god, this one smells citrusy, like there's a lemon. Is there a lemon in this?
I don't know which one you're smelling. Like I said, when we get chatty, you know how we get, I just put my nose in this one. I'm completely disregarding this one. It smells the same quite a bit, but the left one it's got that burst of juiciness. Oh my god. This one would work morning, evening, night, whatever. It would just work. But maybe... So you'd pay more for the one...
The left one. I'd pay out 100% pay more for the left one, but there's a 70% similarity there. But I think this one's the best.
Okay, guys, so we're going to throw in the verdict there of which one she chose to save and to splurge on. And I think basically that's what we have for today, guys. I don't know what she did there. I was looking at the side. That's what we forgot. Anyway, we're going to feature it in the next video. I meant to bring Fragrance World's Amethyst versus Alien, but I completely forgot. So I don't have that, and we're not going to bother looking for that. Anyway, that's a wrap, guys. That is what we had for you there. I hope the ratings are going to help you or help you make a decision as to whether some of these dupes are actually worth it, whether you would actually go the extra mile to spend, the extra coin. These type of videos are obviously not to discourage you from buying the real thing. This is why I've actually introduced or decided to introduce this kind of video every month, and I'm going to try to make sure that I do them as frequent as possible, where we bring an inspiration versus the original, and sometimes of course feature Maima as a blank slate, where she gets to tell you her thoughts, which one she will buy, which one she wouldn't, and also be coming here solo to give you my thoughts on which fragrances I think are actually worth the coins, which ones, whether expensive or not, you should just go ahead and purchase, and which dupes actually nail it. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. Remember to check out CeeChronicles-Lifestyle. I'm going to drop the link in the description for ease of reference, and kindly subscribe, guys. You're going to see Maima there as well. She gets to feature a lot, because I call her my handbag. So she kind of is going to be taking over here and there in the second channel. So from myself, CeeChronicles and
Jemima RNL, and I go by that name on all my social media platforms, which are TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram.
thank you so much for joining us today. And remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.